Brilliant. So this is my attempted consistency. So I've just run and built what I'm calling version 0.012 of nodenoggin. Let's get in there and show you some of the things that are happening now. Okay, so this is version 0.012, and if I go home, I can then put in my device name, obviously, so this is sort of standard. So for now I'm just going to call this local, it's my Mac, and I'm going to press let's go. Okay, so that logs me in, there's no contributions here at all, and it's the same sort of columns that we saw in the previous version 0.011. However, what I can do now is I can obviously create, and I can choose to create a note. I can finish, and as you know here I can actually drag this into the field. Let's create another one, more info, finish. What you can also see at the moment is they're created like slightly off the screen. This is actually due to the fact these are all now drawn as polygons. This helps with making the connections a little more interesting, which is how I wanted them, but again this isn't really a finished visualization. Okay, let's create another one. Sting. Ooh. Finish. I'm just going to drag this over to here. I'm going to double click this one, just change this to a link and call it so that's all the same as before, yeah, which is cool. What I can now do is I can click add, and I get my whatever system you're using on picker. So if you're on a phone or whatever, you get the default picker, and I can pick various types of attachments. So if I pick this image, click open, what you'll see now is this is now created as another object, this instance a little octagon, and you can see the attachment to the right here. But what I can also do now is I can obviously, these positions are now being saved. You'll notice octagons are not appearing here, but the all spatial views currently really out of date. I can now connect this attachment to this link, so there might be a relationship between this picture and that web address. But what's pretty cool now is that I can double click, I can double click anywhere here and it will create a text one. Finish, which is quite cool. I can also obviously double click to edit any of these, but now if I double click the attachment, what you'll notice here is that I get to see that attachment with some text. I can make a note about the attachment. This is a picture of me looking like Yoda. Finish. And now what you'll see is that the attachment is obviously here, and the text that I've edited is now attached to it. This is not updated with that text because this isn't looking at that text. If I add, let's add a couple more attachments just to show you. So I can add, and this time I add a PNG. Again, I can position this. I can make multiple attachments. Ooh. There we go. And if I double click here, you'll see that I've now got my Git Kraken logo thing, so I can say my badge. Finish. Cool. And then I can add, let's add another one. Lastly, let's add a little PDF. Click open. Again, this is the PDF. And if I double click on this, you'll see that it just gives me the generic icon that I've created for things that are not pictures. Finish. And at the moment, that's it, but it is saving all those positions. So if I refresh my browser, you'll see that it takes me straight in with those objects positioned and the connections saved. locally and then synced to the couch. So that is it for version 0.012, which I think is quite a big improvement on what's happening. It means now that although some of the code is quite complicated and probably needs quite a bit of refactoring just to reduce the complexity, or I'm doing things which are probably unnecessary, I can start to think more about the user interface and how this might be more useful when you can open these up in particular ways, look at them in more interesting ways. Also, you see the grid does some janky stuff with images because it's just checking for certain things when I double click in and out. Yeah. The other cool thing though, just to be aware of, is that when I click add and I pick one of these files, okay, these are not big files for sure, but they are instantly being rendered, and that's because they're not uploading at that time, they're being added locally and then synchronizing in the background, so it means it's really, really quick, which I think will be something to appreciate as time goes by. So there we go. Excellent. Hopefully that worked, and then this will go up onto YouTube, maybe even Patreon viewers might get to see it in advance.